So, 35 years, did it go by like this?
Yeah, long time. But now we are here. Surprise, surprise.
Now, how did this tour come about with Blind Guardian for the U.S.? I know it's been a while since you've been to the U.S. aside from the 70,000 tons of metal.
Yeah, we did one show in Cleveland in 2004.
Uh-huh.
The World Like the Knuckles Festival in Cleveland.
In 2008, right? In New York, right?
Pardon?
You played in 2008 in New York as well.
Yeah, one off show in New York in BB King's, and one very small show for a friend in Arizona in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all, and 2 times 70,000 tons.
And so how did this tour come about?
Yeah, the booking agency of Blind Guardian and Gravedigger is the same.
Yes.
And I have a really good relationship with Hansi, and yeah, they asked us and we said, it's a long tour, but we try it, okay? And we were really excited about that offer because yeah, it's a really good chance for Gravedigger to present us here on the American market now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you just made it to Canada for the first time, just the
last 2 days we were in Canada.
How did that go over?
Yeah, never before there. And yeah, it was a really great success for the band.
Yeah, great reaction. You had to sell out in Montreal, right?
Yeah. And that is really exciting about it's a cool tour. I think it's also something the fans will never forget because the billing is awesome.
Absolutely.
And, like in the past, in the 80s when I was a child, I had often this chance to see really 100% good bands together, and yeah, good names. It's a real entertainment for the fans out there.
I think so. I think it's amazing because this is a tour that usually would be reserved for Europe, and for fans in America to see a tour like this is amazing.
Yeah.
And especially now we're at the Worcester Palladium and it's Halloween.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you're aware, but this venue is reported to be haunted.
Oh, okay.
So it should be an interesting night. Right. I don't know if there are going to be any spirits around tonight, but
we are not so addicted to Halloween in Germany and Europe. I think it's a really famous kind of celebration here in the US.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see what happens.
I think there'll be a lot of interesting costumes in the audience.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you about the new album, which is a compilation of all your past songs, re-recorded with better production, today's production, as opposed to when
with different people.
Yes, different people in the band, being able to like have more advanced technology. How did that come about with Napalm Records? Is that something that they asked, or did you decide that you wanted to?
We offered them this kind of album because, yeah, you can't buy them, the old stuff anymore, because there's no record company which reprint them, and bring them back to the market. The only thing you can do is listen to it on Spotify or iTunes and download all the shit. But on the other side, we said, hey, there's so many younger fans, they are not able to buy this old stuff. So let's do a compilation with a new lineup, with a fresh sound from Return of the Reaper, and let's see what happened. And when we finished, we were really excited because now we are able to play these songs in a proper way. When we were young, we were always drunken, and yeah, it was totally different to work with these songs now, you know. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was some kind of yeah, something special to us too, because when I was singing these songs in the studio, it was some kind of memories came up in my head, and yeah, I think it's 80 songs, 80s composition with a production in 2015.
Yes.
But I think the spirit is some kind of 80s in this record too.
There is, and it's a lot fuller too. It just sounds so much fuller.
Yeah.
I was listening to it on the way up, actually.
Yeah, because my voice is much deeper than in the
Absolutely.
beginning. I think my voice is much deeper and much powerful. In the beginning, it sounds more like a chainsaw, you know. Now it's the character of the voice is the same, but it's deeper and more powerful, you know. And I think that was really interesting. When I started in the studio to record these songs, the lead vocals, I started to do the same like 35 years before, and it was horrible.
So you had
I sounded like a young guy, an old guy trying to repeat doing it like a young guy. And then I took took a break and thought about it, and then I said, okay, I have to do it in my way now. So, but on the other side, I put a lot of high vocals behind the lead vocals. If you listen carefully to
I did, yes.
And I did a lot of high vocals in the back, but only the high vocals nobody would listen to it.
Well, I can tell you that it sounds incredible. I listened to it on the way up as well, and I think all the songs sound fresh and and huge. They sound huge with the new production.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you had a little digger song in there too.
Yeah,
one of the digger
it's stand up and rock. I think this was the only song when I decided with Axel together, the guitar player, that was able that we rearrange it for Gravedigger's style now, and we listened a lot to this old Digger stuff, but stand up rock was the only song we decided to put on this album with the double bass, not the original one.
So now, after all these years of playing live, do you still get that? You still get excited for it every night, or does it sort of get?
No, it's more and more, because it's not a long story, but a short story. It's when Axel joined the band. He brought energy to the band again, which we missed a couple of years before. And now we are really happy with this lineup and all what's happened around Gravedigger these days. So yeah, you will see tonight.
Axel's he's a lot of fun to watch. I was on 70,000 Tons.
Oh, right, okay.
And I was shooting just like I'll be shooting pictures tonight. And he was one of my favorite people to actually shoot. He just stick right around. He's a great to watch.
Yeah,
you're right. He brings a ton of energy to the band.
Yeah.
The
band is full of energy at the moment, and I think I hope that we keep it a long time. But in the moment we have a lot of new ideas in our head for the next record, and I'm really positive for the next years.
Great. Now, when you were asked to do this tour, I know that there was some issue. There's been a lot of controversy because of the visa issues, having entertainers come from overseas. And I know there were some issues. I didn't know if you experienced anything or if it was just
we had
a lot of trouble.
We had a lot of experience.
Really?
Yeah, and it's that we made this visa stuff, and we started with it in middle of May, when we were back from the South American tour, and nothing happened till the end of August, and then we asked the guy in San Francisco, who is we call him the visa dealer.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I will give them a call, it's stupid, and Blagadi had the same problems. And
that would be Mark Gesper from Play America,
yeah, Play America, and then we made this premium, blah, 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 access to... I said, this is totally stupid to pay people that they work faster, you know?
I think exactly.
For what?
A lot of tours are getting canceled because of these things, so we're actually extremely excited that it was able to work out and get you guys over here finally,
And then then it goes really quick, and then it started with our drum, because our drum was married with an American girl. till I don't know, till 2000 or something, and he had some really problems with bringing back his green card, and he was when we played in New York, he was 2 hours in the office at the border, and they really fucked him. And 2 minutes before we started departure to New York, he arrived at the plane.
Oh.
And this issue came again during this visa stuff. Everybody in the band got his visa then very quick with the interview in the consulate in Frankfurt, but he not. And it took another 6-7 days that he got the visa stuff, and that was. I book all the flights without any visa stuff, you know.
It's scary because you don't want to lose money.
Right.
Yeah, and everything was booked, and all the tickets were sold, and for this tour. And if this would not happen, that would also bring a lot of problems for Blind Guardian.
Yeah, well, we're definitely happy that it is happening, and we're excited for the show tonight.
I wanted to go back to writing. On Return to the Reaper, you brought back the old sound, and you sort of freed yourself from the concept albums that were going on. Is that sort of the direction going forward for the new album? Do you feel liberated now when you're writing?
I have nearly all song titles prepared, and Axel and I have prepared also a lot of good ideas. And the title for the next album is already fixed, and no concept album anymore. I'm not addicted to that anymore. I did a lot of them in my career, and a lot of gods and Scottish people, and now it's finished. I want to go back to this original ways of Gravedigger now, and perhaps there will be some kind of epic song perhaps on the next album. That could be, but not a concept album again.
Great.
Never.
When you're writing, do you write sort of a way where it's going to come across live, or do you sort of what is the writing process? Do you think of how will this come across as a live song?
Yeah, for sure. I think Gravedigger's music based on two important things. There's one thing is a good chorus and a good guitar riff. Right. That's all.
Right.
If you have both together, then the rest will come immediately, automatically, you know.
Right.
And that is what we concentrate now on, this kind of composing.
Right.
Good verse will come anyway when you have a good chorus, you know.
I've read you describe Gravedigger in the most perfect way. You said perfect simplicity. That's exactly what it is. There's like a simple, way about it, that it's catchy, it's memorable, and that's why you guys are one of my favorite bands, because of that. I mean, there's not a lot of, you don't have to go into the progression or the,
at the end we are the complete opposite from Blind Guardian,
Right.
Yeah, and that is, I think that's also a very good combination for the people outside there. On one side they have this straight, simple heavy metal band Gravedigger, and on the other side this big choruses from epic stuff from Blind Guardian, progressive stuff.
But somehow the combination it seems natural. It seems like a natural fit to have Blind Guardian and Gravedigger together. It just seems like, wow, that's an amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people in Europe are pissed off now because they want to see this in Europe on the last Blind Guardian tour. But now we are in America and Canada, so we should see what happens with them in the future. Perhaps in 4 years again or 5. I don't know how long it took them to do a new record.
Yeah.
So what's the schedule? Do you have a schedule for the new record at all?
Yeah, we have a schedule. We finish at the end of November. We finish the American Canada tour, and then we have Christmas shows in Germany where we only play old stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, this 80s Bash 35th anniversary shows. Then we go to Russia again and Italy, and then in February we start with new songs.
Fantastic.
So we're talking about the end of the year.
Yeah, I think not end of the year. I think a new album will come out on January 2017.
Oh. But in the meantime, lots of touring, lots of festivals.
Yeah, I think we start again with festivals in May, June. The normal, usual procedure in summer, a lot of festivals. And then we started also, it was at end of September with the promotion for the new album and video and yeah.
Excellent.
Now, how has it been? You quit drinking like 15 years ago, right?
Yeah, 15 years I stopped drinking, yeah.
Yeah, and how's that been going? You've been feeling a lot better, right?
It's good, yeah. I play golf.
Yeah.
I read an interview about that.
What is it about guys when they get a certain age they just want to play golf? I don't understand. Is there like a rule?
Yeah. I think when you stop drinking alcohol, taking drugs or smoking pot or something, then you have a lot of time. You have to fill this time.
Yeah. I had read that, and someone had asked you like, well, and how's it been? And you said, well, I'm German because I stayed the course. I'm not gonna go back.
Yeah, one time I played in 2006. I played with Alice Cooper, and he's totally addicted to playing golf, much more than me. And I talked a lot with him about this alcohol problems and drugs problems, and then starting playing golf. And it's a really good replacement. It's very healthy and.
Is it a calming thing? It's very quiet.
I think to playing golf is really exciting.
Concentration.
Yeah, concentration. You're walking in the nature, and your coordination of your muscles and the head. Everything it's a really global thing, much more than football or something like that. Yeah. And, I can't wait. We have an off day before we do the show in Pontiac, and we checked already the golf course. And I hope that will happen. I looked to the weather forecast. It's a good weather forecast for.
You need to videotape that golfing with Gravedigger.
We made this in Germany with a couple of magazines.
Really?
With Metal Hammer, we did one event, and we made. Jumping out of a plane with I don't know this word.
It's like skydiving.
Yeah, skydiving.
Yeah.
And on the other side, we were on the golf course. That was some DVD interview for Metal Hammer.
Does everybody in the band play golf?
No. The booking agency of Blind Guardian, he is also the management. He's on tour with us, and he's playing golf, and so the merchandiser are also playing golf. But I think at the end, Henry and me, the booker, will play golf because we played so many times together and we have an internal fight.
Nice, that's great. That's a perfect way to deal with your day off.
Yeah.
When you think back after all these years, do you remember what was the most challenging thing about the music business that you had to face?
To keep alive in the music business, I think that is the most important thing. I have seen a lot of bands rising, a lot of bands falling. But to be stable all over the years in the music business, that is the hardest thing. To always keep the level of high quality in your productions and live shows. Mm-hmm. That is a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Can you think back at some funny live stories that might have happened in your?
A lot.
I'm sure there is.
But every time anybody asks me, it's. I can't remember, but we had.
That's why you play golf now, so you can remember now.
No, but we had a lot of funny experience. We had a lot of bad experience in our history, and at the end, all these things. I don't want to miss anything because a lot of people ask me, "You would do something different if you have the opportunity to do that." But I say no, because all these things made me to this person I am, and I'm a happy guy.
Right.
Yeah, I love music, I love metal, I love the fans, and that's all.
And there's nothing you can do to change it anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So, but it was an interesting career, though, just to follow you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I was, Heavy Metal Breakdown was my first experience with you guys, and it's
just a long time.
Finally got to see you on the boat, so that was good.
Yeah. I think to play on a boat is something different too, because there are so many bands playing there around and at the same time, and I prefer more this evenings like this. I like the boat. It's a good event, but I like this concert evenings where you have only two bands, or not this.
60 bands.
60 bands like that.
Yeah, and there were 10 or 15 I didn't see that I wanted to. You just it's impossible.
I know a lot of people on this boat from other bands. but I never see all the guys from the bands in 4 days. So it's totally stupid. It's such a big boat, and yeah.
All right. Well, I think I'm good. I'm good. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us today.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna have you sign this.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the tour, and you know, we definitely want everybody to check out Exhumation, the new album, and see Blind Guardian and Gravedigger on tour. Thank you.
Thank you.